SUVs have become the most popular vehicles in America. But here's the dirty little secret the industry doesn't want you to know. Not every SUV on the lot is a smart buy. In fact, some of the biggest names in 2025 are sitting unsold at dealerships because buyers are starting to catch on. From sky-high prices that don't match the quality, to poor reliability scores, to outdated designs that are no longer competitive, these are the SUVs that manufacturers are desperate to move, even if it means massive discounts and pushy sales tactics. So today, we're exposing the truth behind 7 SUVs no one wants in 2025. And by the end of this video, you'll not only know which ones to avoid, but also why dealers are begging you to take them. Trust me, if you're shopping for a new SUV this year, you'll want to watch this before making a move. Number 7. Jeep Cherokee. The Jeep Cherokee has a recognizable name, but in 2025, it's struggling to find buyers. Once known for being a rugged, adventurous SUV, the Cherokee has now become outdated in a market full of fresh competition. The interior feels cheap compared to rivals in the same price bracket, the infotainment system lags behind modern standards, and the ride quality is rougher than it should be for families. But the biggest issue is reliability. Reports of frequent transmission problems and electrical glitches have left owners frustrated, and word has spread. Buyers are realizing they can get more reliable options from Honda, Toyota, or Mazda in the same category. That's why so many Cherokees are sitting unsold at dealerships, waiting for discounts deep enough to tempt hesitant shoppers. And if you think that's bad, the next SUV proves that even luxury badges aren't enough to save a poor design. Number 6. Infiniti QX50. Infiniti has been struggling to keep up in the luxury SUV space, and the QX50 is a prime example of why. On paper, it sounds great: a turbocharged engine, premium styling, and a luxury badge. But in reality, buyers quickly realize the flaws. The variable compression turbo engine, a piece of tech Infiniti hyped up, hasn't delivered the smooth, efficient experience promised. Instead, it feels underpowered and clunky compared to rivals. Inside, while the cabin looks premium, the infotainment system feels dated, with a dual-screen layout that is confusing and frustrating to use. Add in weak resale value, and suddenly, the QX50 becomes a risky investment. For the same money, buyers can get a Lexus NX or Acura RDX, both far more reliable and refined. That's why Infiniti dealers are slashing prices, trying to convince shoppers to give this one a chance. But the QX50 isn't the only luxury SUV struggling. The next one shows how even well-known family favorites can fall behind fast. Number 5. Volkswagen Atlas. The Volkswagen Atlas is big, bold, and offers plenty of space, but that's about where the positives end. Families are drawn to the size, but when they look closer, the cracks start to show. The interior feels plasticky and far less premium than competitors like the Hyundai Palisade or Kia Telluride, both of which offer better tech and comfort for the same money. Reliability is also a major sore spot. Owners report issues with the transmission, frequent electronic malfunctions, and premature wear on interior parts. For a family SUV, these headaches quickly outweigh the benefits of extra space. And here's the kicker: resale value. The Atlas depreciates at a shocking rate, making it a financial mistake for anyone hoping to hold value down the line. Dealers know this, and that's why they're eager to move inventory, because the word is out that better options exist. And if you think the Atlas has problems, wait until you see the next SUV, a vehicle that looks futuristic but is causing major headaches for buyers. Number 4. Nissan Murano. The Nissan Murano has been around for years, but in 2025, it's showing its age more than ever. While rivals are pushing out sharp redesigns with cutting-edge tech, the Murano feels stuck in the past. Its exterior styling hasn't been significantly updated in years, and inside, the dashboard design and technology look like they belong in a showroom from the early 2010s. Performance doesn't help its case either. The Murano's V6 engine, once a highlight, now feels sluggish and outdated compared to the turbocharged or hybrid setups competitors are offering. Fuel efficiency is below average for its class, and handling is uninspiring. Worst of all, buyers are realizing the Murano doesn't offer good value. For nearly the same price, you could get a Toyota Venza or Hyundai Santa Fe hybrid, both of which deliver far more modern tech, better efficiency, and higher resale value. That's why dealers are practically giving Muranos away, because buyers simply aren't biting. If the Murano feels outdated, the next SUV proves that even brand new electric models can struggle to win over buyers. Number 3. Ford Mustang Mach-E. When Ford first launched the Mustang Mach-E, it made headlines as one of the most exciting electric SUVs on the market. But in 2025, the shine is wearing off. Owners are reporting issues with build quality, software glitches, and inconsistent charging performance, things that shouldn't happen in a vehicle positioned as a Tesla alternative. While the Mach-E offers good driving dynamics, its real-world range often falls short of what's advertised. Add in the fact that charging infrastructure still lags in many areas, and buyers are growing frustrated. Plus, depreciation has hit hard. Unlike Tesla, which still holds decent resale value, the Mach-E loses value quickly, making it less appealing as a long-term buy. Dealers know the hype is cooling off. What was once one of Ford's hottest products is now sitting unsold on lots as buyers look for EVs with fewer compromises, like the Hyundai Ioniq 5 or Kia EV6. But if you think an EV struggling is surprising, the next SUV shows how even a once best-selling family favorite can fall out of grace. Number 2. Chevrolet Traverse. The Chevrolet Traverse has long been a staple in the three-row SUV market, but in 2025, it's lagging far behind competitors. While GM gave it updates, it still feels bland inside, with cheap materials and an uninspiring design. Shoppers compare it directly to the Kia Telluride, Hyundai Palisade, or Honda Pilot, and in nearly every category, the Traverse comes up short. Reliability hasn't helped either. Owners have reported issues with the transmission and premature wear on components like brakes and suspension. For families, this adds up to headaches they simply don't want to deal with. And when it comes to fuel efficiency, the Traverse is thirsty compared to rivals that are now offering hybrid or plug-in hybrid options. The biggest nail in the coffin? Resale value. The Traverse depreciates heavily, making it a poor investment compared to its rivals. Dealers are heavily discounting them, but even that hasn't been enough to move the needle. And finally, the H1 SUV no one wants in 2025 might surprise you, because it comes from a brand many buyers still trust. Number 1. Toyota Sequoia. Yes, even Toyota made the list. The Sequoia was redesigned recently with a bold new look and a hybrid powertrain, but the execution hasn't lived up to expectations. On paper, it's a large, powerful family SUV with Toyota's reputation for durability. But in reality, it's been plagued with complaints. The hybrid system feels rough and unrefined compared to competitors, and the driving experience is clunky for everyday use. Fuel economy is better than the old V8, but still not great for the price point. Inside, the third row is cramped, and cargo space is shockingly limited for such a massive SUV. Then there's the price. The Sequoia is expensive, starting well above $60,000 and climbing quickly with options. For that kind of money, buyers expect a near-perfect family hauler, but the Sequoia just doesn't deliver. As a result, these SUVs are stacking up at dealerships while buyers turn to alternatives like the Chevy Tahoe, Ford Expedition, or even luxury options that feel more refined. So now that we've looked at the 7 SUVs no one seems to want in 2025, the big question is, what should you do if you're shopping this year? Let's wrap it up. So there you have it, 7 SUVs in 2025 that dealerships are practically begging people to buy, but smart shoppers are steering clear of. From outdated designs like the Nissan Murano to disappointing luxury models like the Infiniti QX50, and even surprising names like the Toyota Sequoia, these vehicles show that a familiar badge or flashy styling doesn't always equal a good investment. The truth is, the SUV market is more competitive than ever. Manufacturers can no longer afford to release good enough products because buyers have endless options that are safer, more reliable, more efficient, and ultimately hold their value better. That's why doing your homework and knowing which models to avoid can save you thousands of dollars and years of headaches. But here's the real takeaway. Just because dealers are offering deep discounts doesn't mean you're getting a good deal. Sometimes the cheapest SUV in the lot ends up being the most expensive mistake in the long run. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these SUVs shocked you the most? And have you ever regretted buying a car that dealers promised was too good to pass up? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because your experiences might save someone else from making the same mistake. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive into the best and worst cars hitting the market in 2025. Because remember, the more you know, the better you buy.